buildings, or that we flew missiles into the Pentagon. Okay, I would be ignoring everything that is presented to me, including first-person accounts of people that I know. Okay, we were told, and you will probably believe, that there was a missile that went to the Pentagon. Is that correct?
No, because I talked to a lot of people who saw a plane hit the Pentagon.
Yeah, well, guess what? The early days, the people believed it was a missile, right? Total baloney, okay? I know firefighters are in that building. I saw landing gear. I seriously doubt whether people would have moved into the Pentagon, would have moved landing gear before the missile struck the building, okay? I really seriously doubt that.
Right.
Okay? You know what? Philosophically, I could really use your help rather than focusing on what you believe to be the case, that there were bombs in these buildings and they were intentionally destroyed and all sorts of other things. I could really use your guys' help in moving the whole ball forward and getting improvements to codes, okay? Building and fire codes. That's where I really need your help, okay? If you could put effort into that, that would be very beneficial, not only to the fire service, but particularly to the families that lost people on 9/11, okay? That's the kind of stuff that we're focused on, all right? If you could do that for us, we'd really appreciate it, because believe me, if you're talking about people who have vested interest, believe me, I meet them all the time, okay? Yeah. People don't want to spend money on improvements to wider stairwells. They don't want to put radio communication equipment in buildings. They don't want to upgrade fireproofing on steel. I mean, the list goes on and on and on based on what happened in 9/11. That's the kind of help we really need, okay? Mm-hmm. But, that's up to you. This is America. You can decide what you want to look at and stuff like that. But steel frame buildings collapse all the time, okay? Are they as big as the World Trade Center Building 7? No, certainly not. But steel frame buildings collapse all the time. I wrote the book on building construction for the fire service. It's loaded with pictures of steel frame buildings that have failed, okay?
But what I'm trying to understand is, like, you must have heard of that group, Architects and Engineers for 9/11.
Okay, that's fine.
So they got... But it's
light. Do you understand? You ever been in a Home Depot before?
Yeah.
Okay. When you take a look up at the roof deck, guess what you're looking at?
Steel.
Look at the same structural steel system in the World Trade Center. Lightweight bar joists. There's a reason we have a ban on lightweight bar joists in the city of New York right now. It's because it's obvious that was a poor method of construction, okay? The firefighters were worried about that 35 years ago when the buildings were built with no sprinklers in them, okay? Mm-hmm. You're worried about this stuff, okay? These are the same bar joists you see in Home Depot, the same bar joists you see in all these different kind of buildings, okay? They're all over the place. That's why it's in my book. I talk about this and stuff. We don't even put firefighters very often on the roofs of these buildings because we're concerned about their stability, okay? Mm-hmm. This was not a traditionally framed building. Do you know, you've probably heard of Dr. Stani out in the University of California at Berkeley, okay? He spent 3 or 4 years modeling the World Trade Center as a traditionally framed building, okay? Guess what happens when he flies 2 planes and a computer into those buildings and burns the fires? What do you think happens? The building still stands, okay? They're still there in his computer model, all right? And the reason for that is the framing system. This was a non-traditional framing system in that building. Now you ask yourself, why is that the case? One of the reasons, perhaps, is because the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey is exempt from local regulations. They don't have to meet any building or fire codes. Yesterday, or even today, they don't have to, okay? So like I said, when we talk about steel frame buildings, a lot of these guys that I know that you're associated with, and so throw this term around, there's never been a steel frame building that's ever collapsed. That is total baloney. It happens all the time across this country. I just wish, like I said, read some of these other books. Like I said, read my book, get it in the library, you don't have to buy it, just read. As a matter of fact, you probably do it through Google.com, I'm sure you can look at it. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, if you want, I just finished another book for brand new firefighters and stuff. I know that's available on Google. I guess it's called Google Books. You can look at it for free on there. Take a look at our building construction chapter. You'll see stuff about steel in there as well. So, and if you ever want to come with me someday, I'll show you a steel frame building that collapses. The whole thing is on the ground, okay? It's on the ground because of the heat of the fire brought it down. Okay, people have this image. So I say about the match and stuff. People have this image that steel is like invulnerable to fire. Steel is very vulnerable to moderate and large size fires. Is it better than wood? Most certainly. Okay, most certainly. Because of course wood is combustible. Steel is not. But steel is still vulnerable to the heat of a normal fire. Okay, I could take you to the laboratories. I could show you this stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. But anyway, maybe I broke in a little there. Maybe there's a little bit of light coming in here. Think about what I told you, okay?
I'll definitely think
Call
about
me
it.
back in a few months, and we can have another debate, and we can talk about it, okay?
Well, I thank you very much for your time, and I hope that everything you're trying to do about codes and everything gets through.
That's where I could use your help, though. Think about it. See, I really want to do something positive here. I'm going to help these guys with the codes. Okay? I could give you a million things to work on right away that can set you off on your trail, helping us with that. So we'd appreciate it. We really would. So, all right. So listen, think about what I told you. Look at the books, and then call me back. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Take care, bud.
Bye.